Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Welcome to another episode of Sisters Talk. I am Halima Isa.
And I am Habiba Yakubu Eri.
Keeping marriage fresh and exciting can be challenging and stressful, but there are small deeds that a wife can do to keep her husband happy and to make him know that she loves him more and more each day. On today's episode of Sisters Talk, we shall be discussing how to keep the husband happy. To discuss this interesting topic with us, we have in the studio today Hajia Salamatu Ahmad Turaki, popularly known as Mommy Counselor, who is from Bauchi State. She counsels women on marital issues and child upbringing at B Close, Gwarimpa, every Friday. Welcome, Hajia Salamatu, to the studio. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Mommy, please help our wives at home and us too that we are on our way.
Thank you.
How can we spice up our marriage?
Okay.
What are the basics that a wife should do to keep her husband happy, the foundation?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. First, for a wife to please her husband or for a marriage to become stable, there are so many steps in Islam. One, love. Before love, the first step is ikhlas, that's taqwa. A married woman must be very, very, very sincere, fearing of God. All things that comes to her, she must take it that is from God. If you fear God, everything in that institution, because marriage is an institution, marriage is life. There are many faculties in marriage. There is withdrawal in marriage, and there is receipt in marriage, and there is carryover in marriage. So what a woman should take first is 1, fear of God. 2, love. 3, patient. 4, be very, very obedient. 3, very jealous of her husband. Then follow with respect, and then secret hiding. A woman should not be saying everything of her husband outside. So these are the steps. You can't just see a man paying dowry coming to his house. When the marriage status started, a man should know what is that love. After love, you must put kauna, that's the stronger love, more than that love. Because love is something like this. I love this girl. I married her because she's yellow. Her nose is pointed. If she walks, it tantalizes me. That's why I love her. Put it aside. Okay. I love her highly because she's very. Her background, her parents are very religious people, very respectful people. So these are the steps I want a woman to take, not only love. Because if it is only love, one day that beauty will shade. The nose will start vanishing because of age. That color I saw in her, it has started going. Maybe she was pumping, having shape, she has started going down. That love will go because it was only love.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Welcome to another episode of Sisters Talk. I'm Halima Isa.
And I am Habiba Yakubu Eri.
On today's episode of Sisters Talk, we are discussing what life is like as an internally displaced person. Since the Boko Haram crisis started in the northeastern part of Nigeria in 2009, scores of people have fled their homes and residences to save themselves from the Boko Haram militants. According to National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, as of April 2015, there are over 1.5 million displaced people in the country and still counting because the Boko Haram militants are still attacking. Today in the studio we have Sister Sadia Ismail, who is from Plateau State and got married to a Borno man and moved to Bulabuli in the Goza local government area of Borno State. Inshallah, today she shall share her story with us. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Sadia.
Alaikum salam.
Sister Sadia, after you got married and moved to Bulabuli, what was your life like?
It was sweet and fulfilling, as in being a married woman, yes. So it was like a new life for me and a new beginning, I thought.
How long did that last before the crisis?
A month, just a month.
Just a month.
Yeah, a month plus, let's say, 10 days.
So short. So what happened on the day of the crisis?
Yeah, it was actually that morning when I woke up, I wasn't feeling too strong. I was feeling sick. So my husband went to get me some drugs. So I was just like, we were just in the house discussing. Then we started hearing gunshots. As in, we were just shocked, we were confused, as in from where, what do we do, where do we go to? As in, we were just so confused and scared. So he wanted to go out. I was like, no, let's go together. I won't allow you to go out alone. Let's go out together. I was like, no, I should just stay. Or I should just, because the family house is very close, I should just go over to the house and stay with them, with the mothers. I was like, no, let's go together. Because what if they come and catch me, or maybe they shoot me? Or like, no, he told me they weren't going to do anything to me. I should just stay. I was like, no, I can't stay. Let's go together. So we started running, running. We're hearing gunshots, people dead on the floor. Everybody running, even men wearing hijabs trying to escape. So, it was so, as in, I don't know. So we just started running inside into the bush. We're running, then I fell down because I wasn't feeling too strong. I fell down and I had this injury. He was telling me, stand up, let's go. I was like, no, he should just go. I can't make it again. He should just go. Like, no, he can't leave me. Since we've said it, let's just come. I was like, I might slow you down and they might just get you and shoot you. He was like, no, we should go. I was like, no. I just pretended as if, when we're running, I just entered one bush and I just laid on the floor. He thought he didn't see me. So he just continued his journey. Nothing, just what we had on. Barefoot, nothing. So we had to look for help in the mosques there. They were able to raise money for us. We now tried to organize a car that stopped at Madagali. Okay. That's where the mobility stops. So they stopped there. We looked for a wheelbarrow. We now walked back into Lagva, a village very close to Goza. We now walked to Lagva, where we picked him up. The leg was already decaying. We spent like 20 almost 30 days there, lying down in the bush without treatment, no food, nothing, just lying there waiting for his death to come. But God brought that little girl to him, that saved him, and took him to their house, and they were able to like treat him a little. Yeah. Then when we got to the town, it was late when we got there, so we had to pass the night in the house. Then very early in the morning, we now carried him. He couldn't walk. We had to put him in the by road back to Madagali, where we had mobility. From there, we now took him. We now went back to Uba. We now packed our things then to Maiduguri.
What about your husband?
Yeah, actually then I was pregnant. I just realized, I think a day before, that I was pregnant. So that was why I was always feeling sick. So that was, I managed. When I got to Abuja, it wasn't easy. He didn't have a job as a refugee. We didn't live with anything. We just left all by ourselves. So it was very difficult feeding, and not talk of antenatal care. So I didn't have that for up to like when the pregnancy was going to 3, 4, 5 months. Nothing, just living with the hope of, as in Allah, sustaining us, and with the help of good Nigerians that have been coming to bring clothes for us, food for us, and sleeping on the floor, cold and everything. So there's this organization, NGO that came, PPFN. So when they came, they asked for the pregnant women. So they now took us, they now took us to the hospital for antenatal care. So they did testing for us, they did scanning. So they now realized among all the pregnant, I was one going through a lot of stress. So they had to put me to bed rest. So I was even lying on the bed. I didn't have rest of mind. The shock was still in me. So all of a sudden I was in the hospital. My baby wasn't kicking anymore. 7 months, it wasn't kicking anymore. So it was sad. So I lost the baby. The baby didn't, they induced the labor, the baby didn't come out alive. It didn't come out alive. So it's sad. But now I thank God. Thank God.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Welcome to Sisters Talk. Sisters Talk is a platform where we discuss issues affecting and concerning women in the society and attempt to find solutions to these problems. I am Halima Isa.
And I am Habiba Yakubu Eri.
On today's episode of Sisters Talk, we shall be discussing how soothsayers claim to be malams. Soothsayers, magicians, or fortune tellers are people who claim to be able to predict the future. They claim to see the unseen and communicate with jinns to get their information. They are commonly called Boka in Hausa or Babalao in Yoruba. To discuss this issue with us, we have in the studio Sister Huria Mustafa and Sister Ummi Yusuf. Assalamu alaikum, sisters.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
To start with the discussion, who are these soothsayers? How do we recognize them? Sister Huria?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum assalam.
A soothsayer is someone that claims to know the future. They are fortune tellers. Usually, if you don't have enough knowledge about Islam, you tend to depend on them. So they will be telling you, they do it in different forms. It is either they read your palms, they will study it. They have a profession that they know how to interpret the lines in our palms. Sometimes they use the sand and stones to predict somebody's future.